We're here at Cocktails and Conversations in Hartford, Connecticut, and we're talking with one of our favorite interviews, is Lauren Varjabedian, and she does marketing for the City of Hartford.
Hello, Rick. How are you today?
Good. How are you doing,
My two
Lauren?
favorite gentlemen from the New England radio station.
Wow, thank you. I thought you said gentleman from the Journal.
Yeah.
I was like, gentlemen, does she know us?
I didn't know we were gentlemen.
First time for everything, right?
But, you know, the City of Hartford's had so much going on, and Lauren is trying to market it, and there's a lot of tools you have to use here because you've got so much going on. You've got the baseball stadium.
We have an unbelievable amount going on between, like you said, between the baseball stadium, between all the new housing that's happening, not only within the downtown, but throughout the entire city. New businesses. We just wrapped up the SC2 Challenge, the Stronger Cities, Stronger Communities Challenge, and that was an $800,000 grand prize for the top winners. So that's going to be new business.
I didn't know anything about it.
Where have you guys been?
Well, the last time we talked, we were at a restaurant and we were focused on the food.
Good Italian food.
It was fantastic Italian food. God, I wish we could go there again.
Food in Hartford, Connecticut.
There really is. A lot of people don't know that this is a lot of great stuff. But we were talking about the NEREJ Projects. We were talking about Connecticut adding, the Yukon coming to Connecticut, adding a campus here, as well as the baseball stadium. Where are you with all these projects? This has been like a year and a half now. Are you any closer to being fully developed? I know that you were also talking about, I want to say East Hartford was under some kind of probably rezoning to make a nice live, walk, play area, as well as you guys are hosting these weekly and annual, weekly and monthly events in your big ground commons. I don't know the name, it slipped my mind, I apologize. But where are we on all this stuff?
So, Dono is doing great. Downtown North is developing on schedule.
Nice.
The baseball stadium will be, we will be ready to throw out the first pitch come spring. So
fantastic.
We are very excited about that. The developers have resubmitted plans for the next stage, the next parcel, because they heard what the community wanted. And so they were not afraid to make some tweaks, make some changes, and really make sure that as they're developing this space, it's what this city, needs and can thrive off of.
Right.
So we're very excited about that. It's been all hands on deck on that project, and it's running smoothly. The housing is doing great. Yukon is very excited to be coming down. They're going to be opening, I believe it's the 2017.
Yep.
So they'll be set and ready to go.
Fantastic.
And Trinity might even be expanding their campus. So
nice.
I think a lot of the colleges in Connecticut are looking to
Our founder, little fun fact for you, Lauren, our founder is an alumni of Trinity College.
Really?
Yes.
Don't look at me, I'm not the founder.
Yeah. He's not the founder. He looks like a founder. He's the same age, but our founder actually attended Trinity College, yes.
Trinity's a beautiful
What does
campus.
Corey find so funny about that?
Well, you look like a founding father. The white wig that you wear.
Supposed to mean.
Yeah, you know how it is. He still puts the blush on, white wig, goes to courtrooms.
Black robe.
Yeah, the big black robe. You know how it is. Bow tie. Judge the whole thing. But that sounds amazing. I'm really excited. As far as, the traffic stuff is going on, I know they're redeveloping all that.
Yeah, we're definitely knee-deep in redeveloping for I-84 and looking at those plans. That's going to be huge. One of the big things that always comes back to is if we put it underground, will it become the next big dig debacle?
Right.
The big dig took how many years?
Too many. Too much money.
We can't afford to do that, and we can't waste that time. We don't have that amount of time. So it's, how do we do this efficiently? How do we do this cost effective? But make sure that it's infrastructure that lasts for the next 50, 60, 70 years.
Right.
So,
that was one of the issues that the big dig hostage to, where it took a lot longer than expected. And by the time the thing was completed, the amount of traffic that it has increased over the years already outdated the project.
Right.
Yes.
You know, and that was just a waste of a lot of money.
And they couldn't give up on it. Once you started that project, that was it. You were married to finishing the Big Dig, and I think that's what they're a little apprehensive about here. So they're really making sure to get as much input, do as many studies as possible, and make sure that whatever we do, they look at the projections over the next 10 to 15 years to make sure that we can handle it.
I am glad that the city of Boston has done something so it could benefit everyone else in the world by not doing a project like the
No more underground highways like that.
So what I would say, I have a two-part question here. One is, are you ready for the new mayor to come in? Is he all aboard on everything that he wants to get done, as well as what you have already, the last mayor wanted to get done, as you guys are already in progress for? And second is, how is Hartford going to change if this railway gets put in from Springfield, Mass, down through Hartford, down to New Haven, Connecticut?
So your first part of your question is, let's keep in mind he's only was elected as the new mayor as of yesterday.
Correct. I know. Hey, this is where we are. I am a fast-paced human.
You are very fast-paced.
I'm social media. I am on the spot.
You are so on, and I love it. But yes, we're very excited. You know, Mayor Segarra had officially backed Mr. Bronin, and I know that they've been conversating about, you know, what's been in the pipeline, what do we already have in the works, and making sure that there's some fluidity and that, you know, obviously Bronin is going to want to integrate his own ideas. And,
of course.
But how do we do that in a way that is as least disruptive as possible to our current, you know, 5, 10, 15-year plan?
Right.
And I think that, you know, everyone's really on board and on the level. Will there be some changes? Sure. But I think that whatever changes do happen, it will be for the best. And it'll be with how Hartford is growing. Wait, what was your next question?
My other question was the railway. I know there's been a lot of talks about putting this new railway in to extend it from Springfield, Mass, down through Hartford into New Haven, Connecticut. I know that's still also something that's in the works of discussion. It's not something they've already planned, but
it would be ideal. It would be, I think, a huge step for this whole kind of New England corridor from Springfield to Hartford to New Haven. It would allow people from Springfield, from Hartford, to be able to access New Haven, which would then get them onto Metro North, get them into the city. People from, you know...
It helps the workforce
Exactly,
as well.
the workforce. Now you can have more people living in Connecticut, working in the city, so, or vice versa. You know, living in the city but coming out to Connecticut or doing business in Connecticut or in Springfield. And it will hopefully take a lot of that congestion off of our highways, which is what we desperately need, the congestion off our highways.
Well, I'm going to say the only issue I have with the Connecticut highways is I never find it to be a good system to have left and right exits going through your major city.
You are not the first person who has said that.
Well, I think most humans agree. Like, if we're going to go off the right side, they all need to be right side. Why would 49 be right, 450 be left, 51 be right? Like, what's going on? What person designed this?
And actually, it's really funny because every single I-84 meeting that comes up, people make it a point to say, whatever you do, pick a side. And
yes. Corey, who is our videographer for the show, and you guys and the viewers at home can't see him, he was in my car today, and I had told him on my way to this Hilton, I was like, we're going to get lost. I already know I'm supposed to get off right here, I think, but I'm not sure, because my GPS is telling me to go straight I-84, and I went straight I-84, and I had to get off on whatever, exit 48 is Albion Road or something, but I should have got off on Trumbull, which is 50, and I was like, seriously, why do we... Well, my GPS doesn't even understand what your system's doing here.
Lauren, I have GPS, and I found it with no problem.
You really should look into getting Waze, W-A-Z-E.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a great app. Yeah, you'll never get lost again.
I'm going to tell you right now, huge plug Waze.
Yeah.
She may have just saved you.
That's right.
And not only that, but it'll tell you where all the cops are, so no more speeding tickets either.
You heard that also, Hartford Police. That was Lauren Varjabedian letting everyone know that you can't catch us with the Waze
All right, I
app.
always seem to find them anyways.
They
Well,
always
that's because
seem
you're
to-
driving with your eyes closed. You're supposed to have them open. We really appreciate you coming on, enlightening
you.
us on what Hartford's doing. We know there's been a lot of turnover with some of the projects that are in the loom, also as well as some of the staff at the home base. But we really appreciate you coming on and giving us a little bit more of what's going on and where we are. And we'll probably have you on again, I'm sure, either next year or 2017 when some of these projects come to a close and tell us kind of what
And
the
we would
benefits
really
are.
love to have you guys, come down in the springtime. So take you around, show you a couple of the different projects, show you
Nice.
how things have been progressing in terms of, Dono and the baseball. Maybe
We'd be
invite
really
you guys
interested in
down to
that.
a game for the baseball stadium,
Yeah.
and I think that would be really cool.
We
for
can throw
you
out the
guys
first
to see.
pitch.
Rick, you
Oh,
stole my thought. I was going to say, let's throw out the first pitch. My only thing was, Rick and I have to hold hands while we do it.
Okay, done and done. I will petition for this to happen.
I'm in. Fantastic.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. I
thank you so
really
much.
Thank
appreciate
you, Lauren.
everything.
And we thank the City of Hartford for sponsoring the event.
Yes.
We're a platinum sponsor for the second year. And
You're welcome.
And we do appreciate what you guys, the city does for us. As far as we do a lot of projects with you, and I think we work well together.
I think so too,
to
and
try to promote each other.
And every time you guys come down, it's very beneficial to the city and to Hartford. It gets a lot of people into the city that have been telling me, man, I haven't been to Hartford in 10 years. I haven't been to Hartford in 15 years. It's so clean. It's so beautiful. You have so much going on. And because of you guys, it's just another reason for people to come down, which we really appreciate.
Fantastic.
And that's why we love you, Lauren.
Yes, and that's why
Aw, shucks.
you're one of our favorite interviewees. Thank you so much.
Thank
Lauren
you.
Varjabedian.
That's Lauren Varjabedian, who is the
Lauren
marketing
Varjabedian.
and cultural specialist for the City of
Marketing
Hartford.
cultural specialist.
There you go,
for the
Rick.
City of Hartford.
There we go.
Fantastic. And this is our final interview. We're closing out. Thanks for stopping by for the Cocktails and Conversations, Hartford's second annual edition. See you next year.